if. I'd like to put myself at your disposal.
And I suppose, seeing as you are aware of my work, that you also know that there's a chance that this research could take me to the Washington Institute in New York.
Actually, I didn't know that.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Miss Naylor. But I'm gonna have to turn you down. She's Elliot's patient. He hasn't approved anything, and neither is she.
Mr. Hope is a brilliant surgeon. But occasionally he can be limited in his outlook.
Please, say what you really think.
And in my experience, everyone's open to some kind of persuasion.
You mean, of course, Miss Armstrong.
Oh, of course.
Get me the patient, you're in.
I'll get you some more to drink.
Hey, have you got a second?
Mom. You going into work?
Sorry, just been paged.
It's okay. I'll be there in a minute, darling.
You know what it's like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Come here.
What?
Good. A little bit. Go on. It's like having two children around.
Are we going home?
Archie?
Are we going home, Mum?
It's okay, Joseph. You go on. I'll be fine.
I can... Is he okay?
He just wants to go home.
Oh, he is home.
No, it's not his home.
Listen, I'll be back as soon as I can, yeah?
Okay.
I'm afraid it confirms our suspicions.
It does indeed. I'll talk to her now. Miss Armstrong, I apologise for the delay in the results.
I doubt there are any surprises.
I'm afraid it isn't good news. You have a very aggressive anaplastic carcinoma.
I'm dying.
The prognosis isn't good.
Oh, come on. You promised you wouldn't soft-stroke me, Doctor. How long? What?
It's hard to say, but it's very fast-growing. We could be talking weeks.
Weeks?
Months at best.
And surgery isn't an option?
I don't think so. Not in this case. I'll give you a few minutes to yourself.
Is this the medication you're on?
Morning, noon and night. You shake me, baby. I'll just rattle.
Maria.
Hey.
All right. You sorted out leaving early?
Yeah, Donna's going to cover.
They're really looking forward to meeting you. Hey, you're not nervous about it, are you?
No.
Don't be. They're desperate to make a good impression as well. Don't eat anything before you come. My mum's been marinating and slow roasting for hours. She'll kill me if you're not hungry. It'll be fine.
There, I know. Go on, go.
Excuse me, lover boy. This one's got work to do.
Right, I'm off to my mum and dad's. I'll see you down there. I'll pick you up from the station.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Blimey, he's keen. Okay, what's wrong?
Hey?
Well, he races off like a dog with two tails, and you're sat here with a right face. Come on. Let's go.
What if they end up talking about consultant stuff? You know, I'm just going to sit there like a right lemon.
Just because they're consultants don't mean they talk about work all the time, does it? I mean, we're nurses and we don't talk about work all the time.
We do.
You do. And anyway, they're not us. Look, mate, you are perfect, all right? And if they can't see that, then they're blind.
Was that a compliment?
Maybe.
Thanks, Donna. And thanks for covering, yeah? I'll see you at 1.
1?
Yeah, well, I've got to make myself look presentable, and that's cutting it fine.
Yeah, no problem.
Up to you. It's always good. Donna, you're on. Theatre 2, Mr. Merriweather's hernia. 5 minutes. Get scrubbed up.
Miss Armstrong, how are you feeling?
Could you get me a cup of tea? I'd like to have one before I have to have it through a tube.
Unfortunately, we need to keep you nil by mouth.
Why, if you're not going to operate?
Mr. Hope will be back soon to talk to you about chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
Answer the question. Why can't I have a cup of tea if you're not going to operate on me? Is surgery still a possibility?
Mr. Spence thinks it is, but Mr. Hope thinks it's too risky, so...
Well, I'm dying. Anyway, I want to speak to this Mr. Spence.
I'm not sure Mr. Hope would want...
I don't care. Go and get him.
Nobody can promise anything, and I don't know.
I don't want promises. I want possibilities. You said it was possible. Go and get him.
I'll see what I can do.
So, what do you think?
Very nice, Donna.
Mr. Strachan asked me to be in theatre with him today, so...
Good for you.
So, have you got any words of advice for my first day in surgery?
I think the first rule is never to be late. So, I've laid the groundwork. Now it's time for you to finish it off.
I've underestimated you, Miss Naylor. I didn't realize you had such strong powers of persuasion. Hello, Miss Armstrong. I've just been informed that you are considering surgery.
I didn't even realise it was an option until just now.
Okay. May I?
Cold hands.
Sorry about that.
And cold hands doesn't always mean warm heart.
As long as they are steady, that's the important thing.
BP's 120/80, heart rate's 98.
Okay, I've taken a look at your results, and I'm confident that I can remove the tumor. It's a complex procedure, but it is minimally invasive.
You can get it out.
I most certainly can. Rather than opening up the chest, I will make a smaller and less traumatic incision here and remove the tumor. So, how does that appeal?
Oh, why wasn't I told this before?
Most consultants don't see it as an option. But then again, most surgeons haven't performed the operation as many times as I have.
Mr. Spence is a leading authority in this area.
I'm sure you have hundreds of questions.
I just need facts. If you can save me, do it.
Okay.
Daisha, we're going to need you to prep Miss Armstrong for theatre, please.
Surgery, but I thought Mr. Holt...
Just do it.
Okay, can I just put these...
Now, please.
Mr. Spence.
Yeah, question.
No, I just want to get this over with.
Okay. Miss Naylor, if you could prepare the consent forms for Miss Armstrong.
Miss Naylor, would you like to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Certainly. It seems Miss Armstrong has elected for surgery.
As I recall, we were going to discuss Miss Armstrong's treatment.
Well, she's asking for surgery, and you're in theatre. I didn't want to disturb you. I fully intended to tell you once she was prepped, but she put me in an awkward position.
She's my patient.
Yes, I'm aware of that. But when she requested to speak to Mr. Spence, I didn't feel I had any choice.
And what gave her the idea to speak to Mr. Spence in the first place? Michael?
Yes.
Has my patient been informed exactly what's at stake here? Is she prepared for the possibility that she may die today?
Realistically, this is her only chance. If she has chemo, she's going to die anyway. At least my way, there's a chance she could have an extra few years.
She may have to get her affairs in order, say goodbye to her loved ones.
Are you assuming that she'll die on the table? That's not going to happen.
Well, that's what you say.
And you say that she's going to die in a few weeks. So, life or death, which one would you choose?
You make this sound very glib. Excuse me, we need to discuss this further.
I'll be in my office.
Miss Armstrong, I'm concerned that you're not considering your options carefully.
Options? The way I see it, there are only two. Multiple choice on the most basic of levels.
Would you like me to call your family?
There's no need.
There is a very real possibility that you may not make it through the operation. And you would lose this time that you have left. Can I ask you to think on this for a little longer?
Sam raced up the stairs and into his room. He locked the door. Had he been followed? He couldn't be sure. He looked under the bed to see that everything was still there. The raincoat was lying on the floor.
I've told her to take her time. It's a massive decision.
Look, I'm just carrying out the patient's wishes.
Really? I wonder how she knew about this surgical procedure.
She's not stupid. She knows people have tumours removed.
Funny she never mentioned it to me.
I told her about the op. And she wants to have it done, so let's do it.
I think we should give her a bit longer.
I don't get what your problem is.
My problem is, I want her to make her own decision.
Oh, come on, Elliot. You wouldn't even give her any options. There wouldn't be anything for her to decide if I hadn't come along.
Just a bit longer. That's all I'm asking.
All right.